Hey everybody, what is going on and how y'all doing on this Monday edition of Uncle Steve's Lounge? We call it the Monday Minutia. Glad to have you here. Glad to join us on this holiday week of Thanksgiving. And what do we have to be thankful for? We have another starting quarterback coming to us this week. I love Desmond. We'll talk about it in a second. How y'all doing out there? Welcome into Uncle Steve's Lounge. Thank y'all for joining us today. It is a cloudy, kind of warm day here in the ATL. Glad that y'all can join us. As you're coming in, don't forget, like video, subscribe to Uncle Steve's Lounge if you haven't, and share the video with anybody you want to, man, especially the Falcon fans around here. We are so excited to get back into some football. We had a nice little bye week. I took a little bit of a bye myself. I know usually I come in with stuff last week, but I said, you know what? Let me take this deep breath and deep dive and kind of catch up on things and revitalize myself and do all of that. And I come back, and of course, we get the great news that Desmond Ridder is coming back to the Atlanta Falcons as the starting quarterback. I'm not truly shocked, but at the end of the day, I kind of knew with Heineke's injury, that's another excuse, just like the concussion, to go to somebody else. You know what? I'm at a point right now, folks, where I, I'm looking around and I hear so many excuses for why this Falcon team isn't winning. And some of them are valid. Listen, the offensive line hasn't played as great as they did in the run last year, and definitely not pass protecting as much as they did last year. Um, the run game it's taking a little while to connect. Still not getting enough production out of our receivers and our all-world tight end. And the defense, albeit I still would give them an overall plus grade for the year. But the last couple of games, there have been some plays left out there that I must admit I'm a little, perturbed about a couple of the ways we played it. But at the end of the day, folks, I don't care what kind of coffee you get. I don't care what kind of iced tea you get. I don't care what type of drink you like. You must sometimes add some flavor to it. And that flavor is the quarterback. I look at the teams around the NFL and I'm looking at quarterbacks with less time, as that's always the argument. You got to let them have time. You got to let them. And I see quarterbacks with less time than Desmond Ridder looking like they're ready, looking like they're just ready to roll. And am I upset that they went back to Desmond? Of course not. He's our quarterback. He's on the team. So we'll deal with that as we may. So today is going to be kind of a little bit of tribute to our fallen yet risen again quarterback. And I want to hear the love for Desmond Ridder today. as we finish the 2023 season, a season of promise, a season that's not over with yet. I'll bring it up real quick just in case you don't believe me, because it's true. Season's not over. You look right here on the screen, there is the current standings right now in the NFC. And if you look right there in highlights from the ESPN.com site, you see the Atlanta Falcons with a 4-6 record, New Orleans Saints 5-5. So no matter what happens in anything else in the NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons and New Orleans Saints are playing for sole possession. Not well, sole possession, technically. First place in the NFC South. If Atlanta wins, Atlanta goes 3-0. Not only will they have head-to-head against Tampa, Carolina, and New Orleans, 3-0 record, they would be the top spot. So we cannot say the season is over with. Now, do you want to ask me, do I feel great about it? No, I'm not. Am I rooting for my Falcons with every ounce of fandom that I have? I want this team to win. But it's gonna come from it's gonna come it's gonna come from a different area of me that I'm just gonna have to I guess I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that you know there is a uncanny amount of love for this guy that I'm not getting as far as how he's performed, meaning Desmond. And he's coming back. And I've heard that, oh, well, this time we sat him on the ground, when we sat him on the bench, he learned so much. So now he's learning. So he didn't learn the 13 games he sat last year, but all of a sudden, this little 2-game stint where he was on the bench, this is so critical. So I'm waiting to see. And as a fan, I want to see. So I want to hear how y'all think. And I also want to talk about fandom. I do it all the time because I make no bones about what this channel is to me. This channel is an Atlanta Falcons fan speaking about his team, an Atlanta Falcons fan speaking about what he thinks about what's going on. And I've always been open for other opinions on what you think about what the problem is or what's going on good with us. Unfortunately, the problem part has been more in the forefront lately, but I'm always open to that. But as I've sat back over the last week and had an opportunity to go on Twitter, go on Facebook, go on, there's a lot of angst in this fandom. And I know why, because we're not winning. And everybody has the answer. One fan says it's the quarterback, clearly, for most part. Other fans say, oh man, it's the defense. We still haven't come around. Other people say, oh, well, the coaching, got to fire the coach. And guess what? I'm fine with all of that. But what I don't like is when we are so hard on the other fan for his thoughts. Listen, I've come on here plenty of times and have said I'm not a huge fan of Desmond Ridder. I've always said that.
I love Desmond.
And I've made it clear that I would like to see another quarterback. Not necessarily Taylor Heineke, if you call him Taylor Heineke. But any improvement. Because I feel like that's what we need right now. The games are over. Stop playing the games. Let's stop pretending like there's going to be this button he pushes on his body that's going to turn him into something special. Right now, to get a good game manager is a stretch. from Desmond Ridder. It's not a hate. It is what it is. But I do have room to at least respect other opinions. You're not going to hear me dog you out. I might disagree. I might make a little fun, but that's your opinion. And if you want to ride the Desmond train, then go ahead and ride it. So today, not only are we talk about fandom, we're going to celebrate the return of Desmond Ridder together. Guess who's back? Back again. Desmond's back. Can he win? Desmond's back. Desmond's back. Desmond's back. Desmond's back. Desmond's back. Desmond's back. So the Desmond Ridder return comes, and we're going to celebrate that today, all day, with the hits of Desmond Ridder. Of course, I love Desmond. Let's go to the chat to see what everyone has in here. And if I didn't get a chance to, you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. If I don't talk to you again by Thursday, I know everyone's probably traveling and doing all that stuff, but y'all enjoy yourself, man, and spend time with your family and have a great time. John Brooks is first. He said, to be honest, Uncle Steve, I think going back to Ritter is the wrong move. He's going to end up getting himself hurt. He's not ready for the speed of the game yet. He's not used to the game speed just yet. One man's opinion. Excuse me. Happen to agree with that. Dixon Way, what's going on, Larry? How you doing, sir? Larry has been busy. Larry is doing his thing on the Dixon Way on YouTube, live reaction videos. Y'all make sure y'all check him out, like and subscribe on their channel. Larry said, is this the ultimate sign that the genius, Arthur Smith is a genius, knows his job is safe? So play Ridder and get the final answer on if you move forward with Desmond past next year. Let's hope for the best. Rise up. One of the things, Larry, that I keep hearing everyone talk about Arthur Smith, and I know I see the Twitter things too, where the people have said that they have assured him that he'll be here past 2024. Past 2023 into next year. I haven't seen that. Matter of fact, I haven't heard Terry Fontenot come out. I haven't heard Arthur Blank come out. I'm hearing what somebody said. I know Jeff Schultz said something. Jeff Schultz is not in the front office. And I know what he says about whispers. Let me tell you something. You lose 7 straight games in the second half, you're not keeping Arthur Smith. So all of this, he's going to stay into next year. No. I just don't believe that. That one Falcon fan is in the house. What's going on, man? He said, this is it. It's the last straw for Arthur Smith. If he does not win this Sunday, I don't want to hear Arthur Smith is a genius. What? Because he and Arthur Smith, Dave Rigo, will be fired. What? Arthur Smith is a genius. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, man. He said, if we have 4th consecutive losing season, I want Arthur Blank to sell the team to Shaquille O'Neal because he is getting too old and too conservative. He can go back to the Home Depot and fix that. Dang. Y'all are hard on Arthur Blank, man. I have a different opinion. I don't think all of the Arthur Blank stuff is warranted, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think he got some bad advisors in a lot of places. I know a lot of people want the head of Rich McKay, even though Rich McKay just came back to football operations like 2 years ago. So I don't know. Could be me. Nando's in the house. What's going on, man? It shows these Falcons, and I have checked out until this toxic clown has his pink slip hand. Holler. Woo. It said, we don't win Sunday. We lose 31-18. I have zero faith in toxic coaching. Of course, the toxic is based on Arthur Smith's talk about us there. Millie Mills is in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing there, sir? Sherman Woods in here. What's up? David Starks is here. Marina is in the house. Hello, Uncle Steve. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family in advance. Same to you. Nando says, when you have 2 quarterbacks, ones in pro sports, you don't have none. How toxic of a decision. He is going to lay in to Brother Smith on that. that one Falcon fan then can sing, I believe, because what? And I said I would not do this again, but you asked for it.
I believe Des can fly.
Now that he's back, buddy,
I believe Des can touch the sky.
you better believe it.
Think about it almost every day.
We're going to root him on.
Des can do anything.
As he's recovered from his concussion.
I believe Des can score.
Dez is in the house.
If he doesn't fumble on the 4, I believe Des can fly.
You know he can.
I believe Des can fly.
Yes. You fly, Dez.
I believe Des can fly.
He better fly or Arthur Smith is going to be grounded. Next. Smart Ride, what's going on, man? Said now that Ridder has had his chance to reset, whatever that means. I know that's right. Coach Smith needs to cut out the crazy outbursts on the sideline and deal with the results on the field. I agree. Winston Thornton is in the house from the Eye Test. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. The Eye Test. He and John Harris doing their thing over on YouTube now. Make sure y'all go over there for me and check them out. Thank you so much there, sir. Appreciate you. He's right. Like, chat, smash, and like. Oh, got the first super chat in here. I did not even see Brother Greg.
Appreciate the super chat.
Hey! Brother Greg is in here from Greg's Custom Kicks. Y'all make sure y'all check Greg out, man. Greg be doing them shoes up, man. Doing for everybody. He does them for the high polluting folks, and he can do it for you too. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. I got my pair. You make sure you go get yours at Greg Custom Kicks. So, oh my God, Ridder, get rid of the ball again. It started again. They don't make enough alcohol for the season again. Greg, shame on you. We're celebrating him. We're celebrating this guy, right? That's what we're doing.
Dead man walking.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Arthur Smith and Desmond Ridder after this season. Henry is in the house. What's going on, Henry? Henry says only time will tell if Ridder is going to be the right approach. The benching actually be beneficial for Ridder to catch his breath. The bye week was a must for the Falcons to get their second win. I agree with that. And the team as a whole, because as great as things started, man, it seemed like the season went left all of a sudden. You've lost, what, 5 out of your last 6? So not good. Not good. David says, I don't see Ridder being any better. Will he process information faster? Will he not hold on to the ball forever? Will he get more accurate? To all of that, I say no. Mill says, Heineke injury seems a little scripted. If y'all, without a doubt, like every time they change quarterbacks, now it's got to be an injury. Come on, man. Come on. They know better. Henry says the offense must cash in on the defensive takeaways. Otherwise, the defense is going to get tired and miss tackles. They're going to get tired and going to get frustrated, man. Nando says Ridder will have at least 1 turnover Sunday. What? What? Man, I told you this is a celebratory thing, Nando. We're celebrating them.
It was a day in November. A day I'll always remember.
That's right.
Yes, I will. That was the day they said Des coming back.
Celebrate it together.
I got a chance to see him. Didn't like a lot of things about him. Coach, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth.
Coach Arthur just hung his head and said,
Desmond is our only hope. If he don't win, they'll hang me by a rope. And if he fails, all they left me is alone.
Hey, man. That's, hey.
Come on now. Desmond is our only hope.
Yeah, I think that's going to be for all my Desmond people. That's for you. That's for you. Billy says all we can do is bring in Bo Nix, Penix next year, just as long as we get a damn quarterback. Listen, Miller, at this point, look, Bo Nix, Penix, even Bo Nix probably wouldn't be my first choice, but that's me. His accuracy is good. He's reminding me he's having, to me, a Mac Jones year because they got some players up there at Oregon. No joke. They got some real players up there. I think I think they're the best one-loss team in the country. I think they're better than Alabama. Matter of fact, I think they beat Alabama probably by a touchdown or so if they played them right now. Slim Guy says, I want Ridder to do good. I also want the offensive line to help him out with passing the ball and running the ball with no trouble. And that's fair. That's fair. The offensive line has got to step up their game, protect the man, and give him a shot. I agree. Justin says this was supposed to be our year. By keeping Arthur Smith another year, it's hard to be optimistic in the future if we get Fields or Murray.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
And I'm gonna tell you what, Murray. I know they lost the game, but man, do y'all see Murray put them long passes in there, man? That is no joke, man. That is no joke. Them boys are good, man. I got another super chat in here from the eye test.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that super chat.
That's John Harris in the house with the eye test. He says, I can see the pain in your face trying to even speak the dance word on a pump up tip the roller coaster continues. So don't eat any milk products. Oh my God. Y'all are man, like I told y'all before, this is the Dead celebration show.
Every game I sit and ask myself, how did we lose this game?
That's Dez every time. Let's go back down here to Demetrius is in the house. What's going on, Demetrius? How you doing, brother? Nando also has I'm ready to draft. So Jaden Daniels. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is good too. Also. Dixon Wade, thank you so much, sir. 30 in the chat, 13 likes. Let's get them likes up, y'all. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. David says, if he had more to learn, then why didn't he get more preseason snaps? You know why, David?
Arthur Smith is a genius.
That's why. He questioning my coach. That's his doorbell. When he goes to his doorbell, you ring Arthur Smith's doorbell. That's dead man walking. He knows this. J-Dot, what's going on, man? So the problem starts from upstairs. Do they always want to win? Are they just going to keep milking us fans for money and give us bad results like always? Man, let me tell you something. That is so true. That is so true. Because and I've heard this narrative from fans, and I pay attention to Twitter now, which has got my brain all scrambled. I keep hearing the patience talk. I keep hearing it. Please don't tell me to be patient if I'm still sitting here rooting for the team. If I'm here rooting for the team, yet still critiquing it, obviously I want them to win. Please don't tell me about waiting for these guys to develop. Please don't tell me. You told me that in 21. You told me that in 22. Stop. Stop. It's a broken record. Stop. Well, you gotta develop. What? And then what happens? They develop like Devondre Campbell and then go to another team. Stop it. Nando says if Richie Grant is starting, we'll get beat deep 3 times this Sunday by crab legs. Man, don't remind me. Crab legs did eat us up. RJ Falcons in the house. What's up, man? Carlo, what's going on, brother? Said the freestyle king. Oh man, Raymond, what's going on, Raymond? Let's see what happens, man. Let's see. Henry says, I definitely want to see Ridder succeed. More importantly, the Falcons succeed. But the Falcons quarterback depth is not good at all. We got to work with what we got at the moment. And listen, I'm gonna address the second part. More importantly, I want to see the Falcons succeed. Folks, we had a horrible situation at quarterback. And no, it's not because we got rid of Matt Ryan. Because guess what? Less than a year after we got not less than a year, about a year after we got rid of Matt Ryan, he's flourishing up in the booth. Matt Ryan had no desire to go to Indianapolis, and he probably was on his last leg. Because if Matt Ryan was ready to roll, Matt Ryan would be going to the Jets where they need some help, going to Cleveland where they need some help. Don't think they didn't reach out to him. Cleveland might have the best defense in the National Football League. You got a quarterback like Matt Ryan in there who's serviceable, and he would be okay. But obviously, he's not feeling it. Probably like he wasn't feeling it here. So yeah, those days are over with. Let it go. Let it go. I need to make let it go. John Higgins, Big John. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Falcon says, how do I accept this as a fan? We're on the verge of a 6th straight losing season. I'm not that guy who sees something wrong and says nothing or go along with it. Folks, we gotta stop. We gotta stop trying to cover up all of the negative. I've seen some folks, and I probably lost some people on this channel because I've been critical, especially of the quarterback position. Because I stand by this. I don't care how much Little League you played in Pop Warner. I don't care how much you sat on the bench in high school playing football, because obviously you're doing the same as I am. I don't care how much you think you know or how old you think you are and think you know better. I feel like your quarterback position sets you up to have success. Are y'all looking at what Houston doing? Is anybody looking at what the Texans are doing? The Texans have a bona fide rookie quarterback that is making mistakes. Don't get me wrong. 3 interceptions yesterday, but finding ways to win with his skill and his ability. Folks, please, in the chat right now, and I'll skip all the way down to the bottom. Please tell me what skill set Desmond Ridder has that makes me feel good that he's coming back to this team this week. I love Desmond. Tell me what skill set Desmond has that makes me feel like, yeah, he's coming back. All right, now we're in the driver's seat. But again, I'm trying to be positive. Got another super chat in the house. Brother Abel's here. Appreciate the super chat. Hey! Thank you so much, Abel. Appreciate that, sir. And you have a happy Thanksgiving. He said, I've been a fan since the Dion days, and I've tuned out for the first time in my life. Wow. I'd rather tune into you and Tidy and Smitty than Genius Boy. Arthur Smith is a genius. 6 straight losing seasons. Does blank care? You know what? I really do think, and that's the only thing that I do stand on, Abel. And I really think this. I think Arthur Blank is frustrated too. I do think Arthur Blank made some mistakes after the Super Bowl, Abel. I think he shouldn't have been in such a rush to go to the Falcon for life motto. We know that's how we got screwed with, with the Julio contract and the Matt contract. Not to saying they weren't deserving of contracts, but how much they got. Our buddy Devonta ran out of here, overpaid. Trufant ran out of here, overpaid. They had to mess with Deion Jones' contract. So it was too much loyalty earlier based on the whole fulfillment of 2016 and some of 17. So I think he got caught up in that. But I do think Arthur Blank is a good owner. I just think he needs some better people running his program. That I agree with. I do. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Demetrius says, I'm a Falcon fan as much as anyone, but watching them is like being in a relationship with a toxic female and knowing all the red flags are there, but choosing to ignore it. And for my female friends, that could go the other way around as well for male. But I understand what you're saying. It is. It is a relationship that we were coerced into. We were coerced into this relationship. They tell us all season, come, we're going to be this, we're going to be that, we're going to be great, we're going to be this, we're going to have a quarterback. He's ready to go. He doesn't need preseason, he doesn't need snaps. He's ready. The 4 games were great. And now we're supposed to celebrate his return into the team this year. We're supposed to celebrate it. I don't know.
Guess who's back?
That's what we're gonna do.
Again.
We're gonna celebrate this.
Desmond's back. Can he win? Desmond's back. Desmond's back.
Y'all make sure y'all like the video, especially if you're on Facebook. Y'all like the video for me. Share the video out here. Talking about the Atlanta Falcons, talking about the return of Desi Poop. I love Desmond. To the Atlanta Falcons. WCG said Ridder is a great quarterback for the Orlando Guardians. Wow. Slim Dollar says DR9 is going to give you poor performance just like he did before he was benched, but I'm cool with them starting Ridder because the chances of making the playoffs is slim to none. Desmond and Arthur Smith need to go.
Dead man walking.
Hey, man. I'm looking at I'm trying to go down here to a couple other people down here. Zoe is here. What's going on? I hope that Zaya I apologize. Ziohe. Go power to you. When Desmond Ridder is a quarterback, I have faith to get to the field goal line. When number 4 is on the field, he throws a Hail Mary. Ridder wins us games. Arthur Smith loses us games. Okay, I hear you. I have faith to get to the field goal line. When number 4 is on the field, he throws Hail Marys. Okay, that's fine. That's a Desmond fan. There's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. I love Desmond. We celebrate you all. We celebrate you all. Atlanta ATL LAX says, I'm just bracing myself to watch Cam Jordan squash Ridder like a bug on Sunday. He's already talking trash. Yeah, I saw that. That Ridder reset better include a miracle. Oh, man. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. Isaiah, what's up, man? He said, I don't know who was your pick for quarterback in 2024. Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels. Jalen Daniels for the last couple of weeks has jumped to the top of my list. And if you see what he has done with LSU, and I harken back to the Alabama game when they beat the snot out of him, and how quickly it went downhill when he got injured. He's that much of a player, man. I really think he's good. I would love to see him. Bo Nix reminds me of I can't say he totally reminds me of Matt Jones. He's more athletic than Matt Jones. But I think I like Jalen a little bit better. King Atlanta supporter, what's going on? Say Desmond Ridder will have a good game. I love Desmond. Okay, that's fine. Henry said, just be thankful Ridder is not as bad as Felipe. Hey. We won't have any Felipe Frank slander on here, Henry. I said, I love Felipe. What's my love of Felipe thing? WCG says Falcons need a new team president and fire McKay. How about Matt Ryan for team president? That could be interesting. I think he'll end up coming back here in some capacity. Sharp, what's going on? Say all I can say is go Dogs. I know that's right. Don't overlook the Jackets, though. And I say don't overlook the Jackets. I'm not trying to tell y'all Georgia Tech's gonna win. Don't let the rivals get a head up on you. Trying to tell you. Be careful. Big Double A, what's going on, man? So let me hear who is a genius. Arthur Smith is a genius. Chris Rogers is here, said we need more Falcon fans that are stern. We can't have this, as always, next year mindset. And that's the thing. For those people who always come with the take your time. Let Desmond is going to bloom into a flower. He is. He's gonna be great. I'm just waiting. We're talking about Desmond's skills. I see people come down here. Billy says he has a good cadence. Isaiah said nothing but butterfingers. WCG said Ritter has a good brain but lacks the skills necessary. Uh, Smart Rod said he's a winner. Most wins in college. Hey man. Greg says none except the stupid look when a turnover occurs. Uh, David says he's great at keeping calm after one of his turnovers. Y'all are out there, man. Lil Two says Arthur Blank said this is the third year of a 3-year plan. Do you think Arthur Smith done or is his job protected?
Dead man walking.
He has a losing season, bro. He's out of here. He's out of here. I don't care. You can't talk me into saying anything different. Millie says, I'm starting to think Arthur Blank somewhat of a pushover. You know what, Millie? He might be. Dude, he 80 plus years old. He don't have anything else to live for. I mean, I can't say live for. Let me be careful. He doesn't have anything. This is probably his desire right now to win this championship for the city. You know? The King 83 says if Ritter can eliminate the fumbles and limit interceptions, he will be okay. Our O-line needs to do some agility drills. I agree with that. Queen is in the house. Aunt Kira, how you doing, wife? She says Ritter quality. Ritter would win the stare down game.
I love Desmond.
He would. He would. He would win that game if he was here. Desmond is, yeah, that's crazy. Isaiah says defense can't tackle for the life of me. They need to watch the movie Gridiron Gang or Longest Yard because they sure need to look at that. And we go into the fictional movies to get them some help. Nando says the only way I tune back in is that we win by 21 points or more. WCG says, why we even have Logan Woodside on the roster and not someone like Malik Cunningham if we're going to see what he can do? That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Mike, what's going on, man? Mike said, if Ritter was released, no other team picking him up, that should tell you all you need to know about our chances. You know what? They pick him up on the practice squad. I don't think anyone's going to pick him up as far as, being for real on the team. I don't think they will. But again, we are not bashing Ritter today. We're celebrating him. We are celebrating him.
It was a day in November. That day I'll always remember. Yes, I will. That was the day they said Dez coming back.
Dez is back, everybody. Coming back.
I got a chance to see him. Didn't like a lot of things about him. Coach, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth.
Coach Arthur just hung his head and said,
Desmond is our only hope. If he don't win, they'll hang me by a rope. And if he fails, all ain't left me is alone. Come on now. Desmond is our only hope.
That's about the only chance we got. Desmond. Wow. That's deep. WCG said, don't forget the junior quarterbacks like Carson Beck, who will be in the NFL draft. Carson would be a good person there. Chris says, where's Joe Harrington when you need him? Oh, man, you got mother alert on here. What's going on, ma'am? Laureen Johnson says, I think Knicks will be number one. We can get somebody to let us jump in a little early. Sorry, I had to get a good joke in to match our team.
I love Desmond.
Oh, boy. Knicks. I like Knicks. But I don't know. I don't know. Knicks reminds me, you know who Knicks reminds me of? He reminds me a little bit of Baker Mayfield. And I'm not saying Baker can be serviceable. I think Baker is a serviceable quarterback. I don't think he's great. But Bo Nix, let me see what he does on the team. I wouldn't mind drafting him. I'm not sure if I'd go first round. I think you have about 5 bona fide first round quarterbacks if one of them comes out. I think obviously Caleb Williams. I have grown to really like Drake May, Michael Penix, even though a lot of people are scared of his injuries. I like him. Jaden Daniels. And if he comes out, I think Shador has the tools to do some good things as well. Those are my 5. That one Falcon fan says Ben Johnson for head coach, Ken Dorsey for OC, and keep Nielsen as the DC. Okay. WCG says team president should be doing what Arthur Blank is blamed or criticized for. That's true. Braves didn't become good until Ted Turner left baseball decisions up to baseball people, and that's a good that's pretty true. And also remembering probably back then, man, when Ted Turner was a salesman. He was kind of a goofball. Some of the promotions he would do for the team back when the Braves were the only team on TV every day. But as soon as he let John Sherholtz and them folks, because remember, Bobby Cox was the general manager first, then he went down to the manager position, and they brought in John Sherholtz. That's when things started really clicking for the Braves. Nando says Bo Nix is Geno Smith. His first 5 years of his career. Trash, people. Trash. I'm not going to totally say trash yet, but I don't think he's as good as everybody else in the draft coming out. Isaiah says Mike Hughes looked like a deer in headlights at the end of the Vikings game when he gave that play up. Yeah. 3:30 in the house. What's going on, brother? Say hopefully this first time adversity in Ritter's football career is a wake-up call to the level he needs to play. I hope so, too. I hope so. Slim Dollar says DR9 is averaging 16 points a game, and this is the hype of the defense. Now the defense is riddled with injuries, giving up 28 a game. How do y'all see a win in any of these games? And I'm going to tell you what, New Orleans is not going to be playing around. New Orleans is going to try to come in here and run up scoring. Yes, you can say all you want about Crab Legs. I do too. But Crab Legs last time he came to the Dome lit us up. Y'all remember. Chris says, on a serious note, can we get Helms in more? Grant not cutting it. Got to be something about that. I don't know what's going on with that. But every play, it seemed like last week, it seems like Grant was on the other side of something bad. I just always seen it. That can't be a coincidence. Carlos said, I want to see them play with a chip on their shoulders. Embrace the rivalry like we do. Give us something to hang our hat on. Play with pride. ATLAX says, hands off my quarterback, Carson Beck. I think he stays in college for at least another year. That was going to be an interesting decision because, you know, Brandon Griff is going to be right behind him. And I think those guys with the portal going on, if Beck stays another year, they go, and forget the guys at Buford right now, the all-world guy that moved from California or wherever on the West Coast to play for Buford that's going to Georgia next year. He's coming out too. And listen, if Carson Beck finishes the year and takes Georgia to the 3rd straight national championship game, what's going to happen to the other guy? Is he going to stick around? The guy who's coming from Buford, his name is escaping me. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. He's just threw 5 touchdowns in the playoff game this weekend. Mom says, I never liked Mayfield. He's overrated. Yeah, coming out of college, he was pretty good. And he fooled us that one year with Cleveland. Remember, went to the playoffs, almost beat Kansas City in the playoffs that one year. So, I mean, now we know he's overrated. He's on his, 14 now? Isaiah says, can we say that we may need to draft a strong safety in 2nd and 4th round? Man, we need a lot of help. Joseph Evans, what's going on, brother? Says, hey, Steve, don't sleep on Carson Beck. Oh, I'm not sleeping on him at all. No. I'm not saying Carson Beck isn't good. I don't think Carson Beck, to me, Carson Beck reminds me of trying to think what's the guy. Man, he flew through my mind just as I was talking about that. I'm gonna get back to that. But I like Carson Beck, but I don't know if I pick him in the first round. The NFL game is going to that quarterback with those extra skills, that athleticism, that Mahomes, the two guys playing tonight, the two best team, arguably the two best teams in the NFL. It is no coincidence. Yes, all of them have, pretty good offensive lines, pretty decent defenses or whatever. But if you're a fool if you don't think one of the reasons they're good because they have great quarterback play. Look at the teams we just mentioned as far as playoffs concerned. Right now, good quarterback play. San Francisco, Purdy, who came out the same year that Desmond Ridder came out. I love Desmond. Leading his team. He's overrated. He has people in front of him. He has a great team. Yes, he does, but he also had a perfect rating yesterday for a 7-3 team that's probably a favorite right now. I mean, Minnesota is lucking up with what they're doing with Dobbs, but shoot, Dobbs is coming out of nowhere. Look at what Houston. Houston 6-4. That's, crazy. The dude from UCLA with Cleveland won the game yesterday. Yes, it was nasty. Yes, it wasn't the greatest in the world, but he's winning. So that's the frustrating thing about Desmond to me, y'all. Chris said that boy from Bama. Yeah, Milroe. Milroe has definitely improved his game from a while ago. Absolutely, he has. Milroe is definitely doing this thing. Shaka Zulu, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Again, as y'all coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We try to come in here every Monday for the Monday Minutia. Getting us ready for a battle with the New Orleans Saints this week. And the New Orleans Saints, folks, this isn't your mama and daddy's New Orleans Saints team. This isn't the Saints team with Drew Brees running all over the place. This isn't Deuce McAllister and Jimmy Graham doing their thing. This is kind of a different type team. The defense is still solid, but they got some holes there. We got a chance to beat this team. And we're bringing back Desmond Ridder as if this is a big, like that's going to make a huge difference. This whole team had better shape up. Defense has got to shape up. Alvin Kamara usually doesn't kill us, but I just still get scared of what he can do. I haven't got any word on Lattimore, whether Lattimore is going to play or not. I know he got hurt in the last game. They were carrying him out on a cart. Now, I don't know if that was super serious or they were just being precaution, have a precaution over it. But Mom says, no, Ridder, please. We need TDs in the Saints game. I watched Mayfield in college. Did not impress. Yeah. Yeah. Nando says, the genius in Arthur Smith better start Halams. Bama built to stop the back end bleeding. WCG says, might be able to take a quarterback in round 1 and round 2, and then take Penix in round 5 or 6. Penix will not be in round 5 or 6. Nah, I hear what you're saying about the medicals. There's no way he goes in the 5th round. No way. Now, the guy, and I hope it was just a nasty injury for Travis out of Florida State. Now, his stock might go down because of that. But no, bro. Penix will not be in round 5 or 6. Penix will be in the 1st round. He'll be a late 1st round. late first round. Lisa Shepard, what's going on now? She said, hey, Steve, see you at the Benz. Yes, ma'am. I'll be there. I'll be there. And hopefully, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting dynamic to see what it's going to look like at the Benz this Sunday, because we're coming off, 3 losses in a row? We have a 3-game losing streak. The last time we were in the Benz, Dobbs was running around and killing us. We lost the game to a 1-8 team, albeit Kyler Murray's back and he's no slouch. But it'll be interesting to see what the attendance is going to be like. I think the attendance is going to be kind of half and half. I think the rivalry itself will get some attention, but I'm not sure, y'all. I think we're gonna have some problems in that building. PJ, what's going on, man? This hits Carson Beck to an ATL. All right. More Carson Beck, folks, and Carson Beck is nice. I just think right now, can Carson Beck? We'll see. Let me see these last couple of games. And he has looked good. He this little gauntlet with Missouri, Ole Miss, Tennessee. He's looked great. Let's see what he does against Bama, because that's a lot of people are going to judge on that. Let's see what happens in the Bama game. Not like Bama's defense is playing all world, but David says, I don't want to see the genius anywhere near the quarterback.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
I don't think you have to worry about that. Look, if we are picking in the top 10, Arthur Smith won't be here, folks. I don't care what reports you hear. I'm still waiting to see an Arthur blank quote. And please don't pull up a source. Please don't pull up Jeff Schultz. Please don't pull up, what's his name, Dove Kleiman or whatever their names are. Show me the quote from Arthur blank that he said, no matter what, I'm keeping Arthur Smith into 2024. Because that's what people run with anything. I don't, if he comes up 7-10 one more time with all the moves we made this year, nah, I don't see that at all. Miss me with that. I do not see that. So what we're going to do, folks, I am going to shut down for tonight. I wanted to jump in here for the Monday Minutia, holler at y'all for a few, get things rolling. For this week, we're going to be here on Friday for the Friday brunch to get us really sauced up for this New Orleans Saints rivalry game. This is a big one. I mean, for all the stuff that we talked about, and for all the things that we said, Atlanta is in a great position. We win the game, we are going to be in first place. So I'm down. I'm down with it. We win the game, folks. I'm not saying all will be forgiven, but I won't be thinking about I won't have any negative thoughts. Let's just put it that way. I think we'll be in really good shape. So look, our tribute to Desmond continues. We're gonna keep hope alive for him to come in and do what he does. But at the end of the day, the Falcons got to win this game. Desmond or no Desmond. Logan Woodside or no Logan Woodside. We got to do our thing. Got to win this game. So until Friday, again, on your way out, make sure y'all like the video. Keep everything rolling. We will catch you all on Friday for the Friday brunch.
Guess who's back?
Desmond is back again.
Desmond's back.
Y'all be good.
He win.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Desmond's back. Desmond's back. Desmond's back.